What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium, and I react to video game music. As a musician myself, today is a Patreon request for Kalanin, Platinum member. This is a debut on the channel. Hopefully I'm saying this right. Wangan, Midnight, Maximum Tune 6. And the song is called Reborn. That is a lot of words. I did a quick Google search, and this is a racing game. Never heard about it. So at the top of my head, I'm thinking this is going to be fast, but who knows? Also, it's Yuzo Koshiro. So that's pretty exciting. Can't imagine Yuzo Koshiro doing a racing game, but either way, I've never heard of Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune 6. Sounds brutal. Let's go. I have no idea what to expect here.
Tonight, my soul departs from chaotic days.
Oh, okay.
Tonight, my story starts to change my ways. I feel my inner urge burning inside. Tonight, I roll beyond the red limit. I'm reborn tonight.
Oh man, that's catchy. I can already tell it's catchy here. The guitar on the right channel is pretty cool. Oh, it's gone now. It was cool. Okay. He's reborn tonight. Oh, I love all the synth work. There's a lot. You know, there's a couple of interesting things going on here. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've done a racing game yet on the channel. Yeah, I don't think I have. Either way, if I have, it's been less than very, very few. So, I mean, I've played racing games before, not too many. So I kind of had an idea of what it may sound like. But honestly, that didn't sound so much as what I thought it would sound like. Yes, it was quick. But there was kind of a swing to it, and this kind of like just normal type of song structure. Obviously repetitive lyrics, but that doesn't matter. You know, I did get one specific type of feeling though. Not really a setting. Because a setting with racing games, if it is a racing game, I could be wrong about that, but the quick little Google search I did is pretty much hinted at that it was a racing game. The settings in racing games can be anywhere. You can be in space, you can be in the desert, you can be in the city. Who knows? But I just can't believe I never even heard of this, and there's 6 of them, at least. And it's Yuzo Koshiro. I don't think I've heard anything like that in that style with Yuzo. There's a lot of weird things here that I've never really heard. So, I don't know who the singer was. Kind of reminded me of Enrique Iglesias a little bit, but obviously it's probably not. But there is one specific thing I got from this. Like, again, I didn't get a setting or anything. But instead of a particular, maybe, track this belongs to, or it could be a cutscene, who knows, I don't know. To me, this felt more like, because there are some racing games where you race against other people, and then there's times where like you fight like, or you race against like a boss, like one-on-one. And for some reason, I kept getting that feeling. I guess because the fact that there was vocals in it adds just that extra dimension. Because when I think of racing music, it's either licensed music from a real band or instrumental stuff. So this was obviously an original song with vocals in it. So it makes me kind of think this is a little more special. So maybe it's a one-on-one type of thing, and it's more head-to-head type of ordeal. That was the main thing that went through my memory. Now, the other thing that may be a first for the channel is the other... When I talk Google search, I'm talking like less than 20 seconds, maybe even less than that. It hinted at, or it said that it was an arcade game, which I could totally see. Racing games and arcade games are like, you know, they're meant to be together. But I don't think I've done an arcade game either. Like strictly arcade. I've done ports of stuff for sure, but I'm trying to think. It can't be many. And if it's not many, then this is the first time. But it made me think, damn, like how many songs from arcade games have I been missing out on? Like strictly arcade games. VGM is already a niche thing. Now imagine VGM from an arcade. Think about that for a second. When you're in an arcade, the last thing you're listening to is music. Like you're hearing kids screaming, babies crying, tickets being dispensed, all these noises. You might hear the game barely if you're like in the peripheral and like you might have speakers blasting at you, but you're not really paying attention. You might just hear like, I don't know. So it makes me really think, like, imagine all the arcade music that was made strictly for arcade games that probably never really been truly listened to. They've just been kind of, like, you know, heard subconsciously. That's a shame. That's a shame. So if this is indeed an arcade game, strictly, this might have been one of the few times in the world that it was listened to proper, if that makes any sense. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about here. But, you know, I've been to many arcades, and I promise you I'm not listening to music or trying to decipher music. I'm trying to make my tokens and quarters last as long as possible. So this could be a very interesting video because it could very well be the first strictly arcade song I've heard, maybe. If it got ported, let me know, but I've never heard of it. It could be the first racing game I've done. I don't know either. And no, I lied. I've done Daytona, USA, which is one of my favorite videos. Okay, so I've done 2 at least. Damn. You know what that reminds me of? That Daytona video was one of my favorite videos I've done. So racing games so far have a big... they have a nice track record on the channel. Track record? I get it. So, okay. So I've heard Daytona USA and Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune 6. That sounds like the most racing game of all racing game titles. So either way, I had a lot of fun with it. This was really fun. This was just cool. It sounded great. It's Yuzo Koshiro. There's a lot going for it. Yuzo Koshiro, very catchy melody, very nice structure. It's a racing game, so it's unique. It's possibly an arcade game, so it's also unique. And it's super niche because I've never... I mean, I don't know everything, but I've been around games, give or take, most of my life, so I've never even heard of this whatsoever. And there's 6 of them. So let me know more if you've experienced this game or know about it, if any of my guesses were right, if they're wrong. Let me know if you heard this for the first time with me as well, what you thought of it. But that was cool. Reborn from Wangan Midnight Maximum Tune 6. I have to look at it every time because I'm not going to remember that. Thank you, Callinan, for the request, and thank you to you for watching. Thanks to my Patreon members that you see here, looking nice and pretty, supporting me. Thank you to my Platinum members on Patreon, which they get priority as far as the requests go. And those are Kevin, Patrick, Terry, Vanadel, Callinan, Garlane, Mushimari, Justin, Knox, and Tri-Edge 101. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, I will see you in the next video. Take it easy. Have a good night. Peace.